I'm John Kovach. I've been a newsman, a sports announcer, and a football coach, but the one constant, since I was old enough to stand next to a stream with my dad, has been fishing. I've waded rapids, stood on slick rocks, hacked through ice, and been tossed about the deck of a boat. And I want you to love fishing as much as I do, and join me on this journey. Welcome to I'm John Kovach. I've been a newsman, a sports announcer, and a football coach, but the one constant, since I was old enough to stand next to a stream with my dad, has been fishing. I've waded rapids, stood on slick rocks, hacked through ice, and been tossed about the deck of a boat. And I want you to love fishing as much as I do, and join me on this journey. Welcome to Yankee Fisherman, presented by the Dock Shop. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Yankee Fisherman this Thursday, March 9th. I'm looking at out the window at a beautiful early spring day. The sun is shining. I'm seeing some green peeking through, and we're waiting for snow, and I'm really not pleased about that. But maybe I can sneak out of here. Well, we're off at 1:30. Maybe by about 1:35 I can be out of here and fishing, but we'll hope for that. A lot going on in terms of getting ready. The streams and the lakes and the ponds are closed, save for the trout management areas. More on that later. Last week we talked about Nutmeg Trout Unlimited having a small stream clinic, and that is this Saturday, March 11th. It's in the parking lot at Lake Mohegan, the swimming area. You don't have to go down into the woods, that first parking lot that you come to. It is at 10 o'clock Saturday morning. Charles Petruccelli, he's going to lead it. He is a certified casting instructor. He is an avid fisherman, particularly of these small streams. And we all go out there and strive for the long cast. We strive, for that perfect cast, but maybe we're not doing what we need to do for these streams that really aren't that big, and there are plenty of them around here that have quite a few trout in them. And that's the purpose of this. So at the last Nutmeg TU meeting, Chaz demonstrated a couple of quick ties, early season flies. Last week we saw him do a CDC caddis. You can watch that on last week's show. Today we're going to do a blue-winged olive. It's quick and simple, and let's take a look.
But blue-winged olives, there's always a blue-winged olive hatching all through the seasons. It's sort of like, don't leave home without one. And here I'm going to use olive because it's pretty much olive.
Heavy.
Did you tie one of these already? Or all of these?
It's right up front.
Well, that's the test. Which one did it test?
That one there.
That one. Okay.
So here you go down and
Okay.
you want to be about,
Chuck, we're going to give you a couple more minutes so we can do the raffle.
oh, okay. Let me get this one done. The hook's always, the wing's about 25, 30, quarter to 1/3 down the hook is where the wing goes.
Oh, okay. You don't tie it in at the eye. You tie it about 1/4 of the way back from the eye. Is that what you're saying?
4th to 1/3,
Okay.
somewhere around there.
You switch color threads.
2 9s. And here, it's a mayfly, so the wings, the length from the eye to the bend of the hook, basically. And then that, and here again, you sort of put your couple of wraps around, and you pull up, and then you want to wrap some of that. You cut
Nice.
this so it tapers. Go back up to here. You pull this up, and the trick is, see, and then you got to build a stack of thread in front. So when you let it go, it stands up straight.
Wow, impressive.
That took years. That takes, I didn't have anyone showing me how many wraps, and you pull it back and you're like sticking it under what you thought was the front. So actually, it looked like I was closer to the eye when I started, because you're wrapping under, you're pushing against the wraps in back, so it'll stand up.
Okay. So you made a little post.
Well, yeah, but we're not going to use any hackle stuff. It's just the wing. And but later on, I can pull it out. And then now I want.
You can put the body on then.
Yeah, first I want to put on a shock. This is the Antron. You better it's better to buy the dubbing stuff. It's not like a thread. It's softer, and if you want stuff, you straighten it out, because it's not, it straightens up pretty good. This is we can thank DuPont. This is better living through chemistry. It's trilobal, which means it's triangular and it refracts light, so it sparkles, and it also holds on to ear bones, so it looks like a shuck with gas in it. That's how much you want to use half. I'll show you why. Because this stuff's slick. If you don't want it to pull out, what you do is...
These are beautiful flies, Chuck. You really do good work.
You have it half the width you want it. You put it in, you go up a bit, you fold it back, and you go back. You're not going to lose that shock. It should only be about. That long. Then, now we want sort of an olively brown thing, so we go to our very rare dubbing, and I use some really exotic dubbing for the olives, to get olive and brown and stuff. Very exotic, very hard to find, very rare. This is wool.
Okay, yeah.
Wool yarn.
Wow.
Yeah. It's like, or you can get there's the synthetic stuff, but I like wool because it's, it's naturally water resistant, and it's biodegradable. It's, and all that kind of stuff. And I found that this at one of the craft shops for like $5-6, and my great-great-great-great-grandchildren will be tying flies with this. We just go pull some olive, pull some brown, right? And this is easy. So you get different color shades and all. Yeah, anybody want a lifetime supply of dubbing?
No,
So you're just pulling
your own dubbing blend and buy
the fur out.
It's so exhausting. Sure, but
So you just pull the fibers off, right?
Yeah, just pull the fibers off.
here.
at home I have a coffee grinder, the European coffee, and you really want to get things fluffed up, you pull it off, throw it in there, and it'll whip it around and it'll blend it up for you. But, you can do it with your fingers, too.
And then there's buckets of
Yeah,
this.
this is
and whatever
probably 2 flies worth.
prizes you want to bid on, you just stick it in the bucket.
You can put it all in one bucket if you want.
Yeah, you can put it all in one bucket if you want. That'll increase your odds.
And it's sort of hard to see in this light, but it's not. Well, this is just a noodle. No, I got to put the
noodle?
body
Is that what
on.
you
I mean,
said?
this is a dubbing noodle.
okay.
It's the easiest way to put it on.
Okay.
It's the first way you learn. So then you go, these guys got to go gamble.
Oh, well, that too, yeah.
And then there's a space for another wrap. What you do, so you don't get a gap in the bottom. Then you go back over again.
A figure 8 kind of thing?
Yeah, so you don't get a gap underneath.
So you didn't make a dubbing noodle, did you?
Yeah, just a bit, yeah.
All right, Chuck, we're gonna do the raffle now.
Just wrapped it on. Well, all right. Well, I'm finished with one,
The birth is being
2,
difficult.
3,
The what?
The birth is being difficult.
done.
Good job, Chuck. Thank you so much.
Size 16 grueling olive.
Want to thank Chaz for demonstrating that. It's a pattern I want to tie more of. We'll be back with more Yankee Fisherman right after this. Well, there's still a bite out on the water. Most anglers have decided to stow the gear for the winter. Just because Mother Nature isn't cooperating doesn't mean you can't see the latest models of all your favorite gear. With 2 convenient locations, it couldn't be easier to get your fix of summer. Boater, beach bum, fisherman, or simply love the New England coast, this is a unique place to shop. The Dock Shop, 51 Tokenique Road, Darien, 609 Riverside Avenue, Westport, or on the web, dockshop.com.
Want a new experience in car buying? No aggravation, no confrontation, just answers to all your questions. Scap Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Car buying the way you want it to be. With one of the largest selections of new 2- and 4-door Jeep Wranglers available, we are Connecticut's Wrangler headquarters. Located in Fairfield, Connecticut, we're easy to get to. Just 2.5 miles off the Merritt Parkway, exit 44 via Route 58 South. Save thousands right now during the spring clearance event and Ram Truck Month, now through March 31st.
It's the InSports Athletic Functional Movement Assessment Program.
A program that uses a camera, the same camera that you use with an Xbox video game.
What it involves is 3 phases. One is the initial test, which will give you a very objective and lengthy assessment of how you are moving and where there may be imbalances.
Once test gets the results from the assessment, we'll develop a customized program for the individual.
The objective really to try to get as many young athletes through this program as possible.
Get a fresh start to the new year by shaking up your meal routine. Walter Stewart's Market is your local source for a delicious selection of fresh and convenient salad shakers, like Southwest salad with chicken, Cobb with organic chicken, Power Vegan with fruit and quinoa, Greek salad with tabbouleh, and grilled shrimp with hominy. Grab one from our salad case or order from our deli today. Walter Stewart's Market, 229 Elm Street, New Canaan, or shop online at stewartsmarket.com.
UK Gourmet is the largest specialty grocer in the area, featuring food from England, Ireland, Scotland, and Wales. Make your St. Patrick's Day truly authentic with a wee bit of real Irish food, proper Irish-style rashers, sausage, and soda bread right from Ireland. Put down the corned beef and grab a boiling bacon to have what they really eat in the Emerald Isle. So say hooray for UK Gourmet, 78 Stony Hill Road in Bethel, or visit ukgourmet.us.
If you're watching this broadcast, you're not alone. The HAN network is available for 200,000 Connecticut cable customers on the Frontier network, and we've also reached more than 2 million viewers on our free live streaming sports, news, and entertainment broadcasts. To reach our rapidly growing audience, contact Advertising Director Jessica Murrin at 203-273-7312 or email jessica@han.network.
Welcome back to Yankee Fisherman, presented by the Dock Shop. It's Thursday, it's March 9th, it's spring-like, and it's about to snow again, but we'll get through it, and we could probably use the water that the snow is going to bring us. There are still places to fish. The DEEP has begun stocking the trout management areas. The Mill River and Mianus River TNA, they were stocked on March 7th. The Saugatuck was stocked last week, and they've hit the salmon in the Mill River in Hamden. Now, since the TMAs are catch and release, the DEEP has issued some tips to improve catch and release techniques. And a lot of it has to do with what you do to the fish after you catch it. That's going to be the determining factor on its survival. And we've got a video that goes with that. So keep the fish in the water like you're seeing here as much as possible. Try not to lay it in the mud or the dirt on a dock, on a boat deck, on a pavement. If you're taking a photo, and this is why you fish with somebody, get it as quick as possible. So you have a person with you, get the picture, get it back in. Larger fish, support them by the belly, the midsection, hold them horizontally, and then you can revive them. Keep a pair of pliers to get the deep set hooks out. They recommend against the treble hooks, which I use sometimes, but really am more barbless. And they say when it's hot, try not to practice catch and release. But you see them like that in their own habitat, and they're too beautiful to lose, and they're too important to catch just once. So just remember, and that they're on the DEEP Facebook, which is where the photos came from, and that's also where they're posting the stocking techniques all the time, or the stocking schedule, so you know when a stream has been stocked. That's at Connecticut Fish and Wildlife on Facebook, so thank them for the photos. Mike Humphreys, a fisheries biologist for the DEEP, he's going to visit Nutmeg Trout Unlimited on Tuesday, March 21st. That's at 7. He's going to talk about an update on the Housatonic River with a focus on trout in the Cornwall TMA and wild trout updates and trends in Connecticut streams. So that should be interesting. He tends to pack a house, and I'm looking forward to having Mike come and talk. There are a couple of surveys out. Take a few minutes to do them, but they both could yield some very important data, particularly with the competition for government funds as tight as it is right now, and these agencies, particularly the environmental ones, fighting to hold on to what they have. And we saw a lot of that on our prior shows from the Connecticut Council of Trout Unlimited when Bill Hyatt and Peter Aristad visited and updated, and those are a Yankee Fisherman page on the HAN network. So the DEEP is doing one survey, and that's on their Facebook page, and they're trying to understand the full range of outdoor recreation resources and interest in Connecticut. So they've partnered with Central Connecticut State University on this survey. These responses are going to help form the next version of Connecticut's statewide comprehensive outdoor recreation plan. So everybody who uses Connecticut's natural resources is being asked their opinion. Take a few minutes. I'm going to tell them what you do. And it's important that you do, because if everybody waits for somebody else to do it, we're going to lose money toward that. We're going to lose access. We really need to let people know that fishermen are a group that needs to be heard. This other one is very interesting to me. This is up in Massachusetts, the Deerfield River Watershed chapter of Trout Unlimited. They want to demonstrate the regional impact of fly fishing on the Deerfield River and the area around it. So they have a survey, and they're going to share it with business owners, environmentalists, regional planners, and others. And what they want to see is what the economic impact is of the anglers who visit the Deerfield River. I think it is a very important thing, because I think there is an economic impact to fishing that a lot of people don't understand. There's a lot we do environmentally in terms of cleanup, in terms of conservation. There's also a lot we do economically that gets lost. They ask, how did you hear about fishing on the Deerfield? What prompted you to fly fish there? How often you visit? Would you recommend it? And then they ask about local guides and places that you ate and businesses that you patronized when you were up fishing the Deerfield. It's an interesting concept, and I think it's something we need to gauge on all of our fishing areas to prove that it is significant when you have a fishery such as the Farmington or the Housatonic or the Deerfield or the Swift, that you have something that attracts that many people to it, that it has an economic impact, and that economic impact exists outside of the fly shops and bait shops. So let's be heard on those surveys again. Deerfield River Trout Unlimited.com, and the DEEP has its survey up on their Facebook page. We're going to take another break. When we come back, we're going to get an update on water on the Farmington River and talk about a few events coming up on Yankee Fisherman, presented by the Dock Shop. Well, there's still a bite out on the water. Most anglers have decided to stow the gear for the winter. Just because Mother Nature isn't cooperating doesn't mean you can't see the latest models of all your favorite gear. With 2 convenient locations, it couldn't be easier to get your fix of summer. Boater, beach bum, fisherman, or simply love the New England coast, this is a unique place to shop. The Dock Shop, 51 Tokenique Road, Darien, 609 Riverside Avenue, Westport, or on the web, dockshop.com.
Have a sports injury or slip and fall that needs immediate care? Coastal Ortho Express Urgent Care gives you direct access to an orthopedic specialist fast, without an appointment. Basketball, hockey, skiing, whatever the sports injury is, sprain or fracture, Coastal Ortho Express can help. Coastal Ortho Express Urgent Care, open Monday through Saturday, now in 2 locations. The iPark building at 761 Main Avenue in Norwalk and 36 Old Kings Highway South in Darien. Or go to coastalorthoexpress.com, like them on Facebook.
At the Milford Bank, we offer an extensive selection of lending products and services to meet virtually any need. Submit your application online in our Mortgage Web Center. Start to finish, you can apply for a loan in as little as 10 minutes. Our knowledgeable and helpful staff are available to meet with you at your convenience. To learn more about what we can do for you, stop by one of our Milford Bank offices or visit us at milfordbank.com. The Milford Bank, always there. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
On time, done right, safe and reliable. MrHandymanCT.com.
Let our satisfied customers tell it.
I have called Mr. Handyman for every reason, every occasion, every broken item, every leak. They have bailed me out on many occasions, and I would recommend them to anyone.
For any project, large or small.
MrHandymanCT.com.
Wild Birds Unlimited, your one-stop shop for all your backyard bird hobby needs. Premium bird seed, freshly delivered each week. A great selection of bird feeders, houses, a patented pole system, bird baths, and a vast array of wonderful gifts of whimsy and nature. Visit us at 356 Heights Road in Darien, next to the post office, and across from Norotan Heights Railroad Station.
I'm Frank Granito.
And I'm Donald Ing for the HAN Network.
Tune in to Nutmeg Sports Monday through Thursday, where we bring you all the top stories from Connecticut sports.
From highlights to player interviews and expert analysis, no one gets you closer to Connecticut's games than Nutmeg Sports.
Nutmeg Sports, now Monday through Thursday at 2 p.m. on the HAN Network.
Welcome back to Yankee Fisherman, presented by the Dock Shop. It was great to see this picture from Tori Collins of Upcountry Sport Fishing on Facebook a little bit earlier, and that is the view behind the store on Wednesday, where, according to Tori, we're seeing normal water levels again after more than 7 months of minimal releases and low levels. The total flow in the permanent catch and release area of the Farmington is a little bit above 300 cubic feet per second, which Tori Collins called a perfect medium flow. Colebrook Reservoir gained 13 feet last week after the rain and snow melt, so that's about 10 feet above normal for early March, he said. So we're back into the normal minimum release of 150 cubic feet per second, plus an additional 43 being released from the Otis Reservoir in Massachusetts. Still Rivers adding in a little over 100 CFS, so it'll be a medium flow for a while, according to Tori. There are some good fishing reports. There's some great photos on the Upcountry Facebook page, but the fish have been on the feed, so we're starting to see maybe a little recovery. I'm hoping that that's the way we're trending. We're getting snow now on Friday, tomorrow. They're talking another storm for Tuesday. So we're looking like we may start to get some precipitation and turn around this drought situation. And I kind of hope that we are. Complete Angler, and I'll always remember that Scott was our first guest on the first Yankee Fisherman. Their 2017 fly tying demo series is going to continue on Saturday the 11th, and this is from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Captain Ian Devlin, who's been on the show, he's going to describe and demonstrate the use of UV light cured glue to create bait fish patterns. This has changed things. It allows you to do a lot more in terms of shaping bodies. There's no waste, no fumes. You don't have to work within a time restraint like you do with a lot of these epoxies. He's using these large realistic bait fish flies that he's making, Ian Devlin, for stripers and blues. He's a guide on the Long Island Sound, really does a great job. That'd be a good one. I may try to get down there for some of that if weather and schedule allow. It's a big time for banquets, and all of these are important in raising money for the conservation and education efforts and for keeping fishing going. Housatonic Fly Fishermen's Association, they're having their dinner meeting March 18th. That's at Il Monticello, 577 South Broad Street in Meriden. It is 5 to 10 p.m. There is information at the Housatonic Fly Fishermen's Association website. Candlewood Valley and Farmington Valley chapters at TU, they will hold their banquets both on March 24th. Info respectively at cvtu.org or fvtu.org. And then Mianus TU will hold its 43rd annual banquet Saturday, April 8th. That's at the Stamford Yacht Club, mianustu.org for information on that. Remember to spring ahead Saturday night into Sunday and maybe take the hour of daylight and get a little more fishing in. Till then, tight lines.